this time of year. The awards season has just finished. We've had the Golden Globes, we've had the Emmys, we've had the Oscars, and we've had a lot of beautiful gowns walking down red carpets. I love it. You know, I used to dream of being a movie star, or at least I thought it was my dream, until one day I had an incredible realization that it wasn't actually a dream of mine. It was simply a fantasy. You see, the first thing I could ever remember wanting to be was a movie star. And I remember my school guidance counsellor asking me, well, what was I doing about that? Was I in acting classes? Was I doing drama? Was I signed up for the school play? And I said to him, what are you talking about? I want to be a movie star. And he looked at me sort of a little bemused and sent me on my merry way. And for many years I wondered why, through my 20s, why I hadn't become a movie star, why I'd failed to make any progress at all. I was working in a bank at the time, any progress towards this great dream of mine. And then I went off and I took some drama classes and I had a great time. But the most important thing I learned from having those drama classes that was actually it had never really been my dream to be a movie star. It had been my fantasy. You see, there is a fundamental difference between our dreams and our fantasies, but most people aren't aware of that difference, and consequently they spend their time beating themselves up for not making their fantasies their reality. But the thing is, you see, a fantasy is something you really enjoy thinking about. A dream is something you're actually willing to do something about. Do you get that distinction? A fantasy is great fun to think about. A dream is hard work, but you're willing to do whatever it takes to make your reality. And you see, that was the thing for me. Being a movie star was a wonderful fantasy, but to be honest, I was fantasizing about the dresses and the paycheck and the more dresses I could buy with those paychecks and those wonderful red carpet moments. And when I went and I studied acting, I thought, gosh, this is really good fun. I quite like it, but I don't like it any more than so many other things that I enjoy doing. This isn't my dream. This isn't my life purpose. It isn't something I need to do. But, let's go back to having a lot of fun thinking about it. So if you've got something you've been thinking is your dream and you've been wondering why you've been making no significant progress towards it, I want you to have a think about the difference between dreams and fantasies and check out yours and see which camp it really does belong in. So here's a couple of questions to ask yourself. The first one is, would making this dream or this fantasy a reality, would it honour my values? Would it honour my values? Would I be willing to do whatever it takes to make this my reality? Would I be willing to do whatever it takes to make this my reality? What would I have to give up to make this my reality? And am I okay with that? What would I have to give up? And am I okay with that? And finally, what is currently getting in my way? What's stopping me right now from making it a reality? Now, if it's just time, money, and energy, maybe you need a plan. But if your excuses are more complex than that, then perhaps you need to go back to those other three questions and ask yourself, and delve deeper into those answers. Perhaps this idea of yours doesn't really honour your values. Perhaps as much as you'd like the outcome, you're not willing to put in the effort. Or perhaps the trade-off is something you wouldn't be willing to make. When you're really clear on whether something is your dream or your fantasy, you know exactly what you need to do. If it's your dream, get in there, make a plan and go and make it happen. But if it's your fantasy, then sit back, relax, and go back to enjoying thinking about it. I'm Domonique Bertolucci and you've been watching DBTV, the place to go to feel good about who you are and the life you live. If you've enjoyed this, please subscribe and share it with your friends. And if you'd like to make sure you never miss out on anything I've got to say, special offers I have and things I only share in emails, head on over to domoniquebertolucci.com and sign up for updates. I'd love to hear from you, so please tell me in the comments below if you've ever had a fantasy you mistook for a dream, or perhaps if you do have a dream, what it is you're doing to make it your reality. I'll see you again next week, and until then, take care and remember, it's not about having it all. It's about having the things that matter.